When this pattern came out, I knew I had to make it. I ran to Joann's to get this pattern. I cannot wait to share it with you. What I'm referring to is this Know Me ME2069. Oh my stars. This has everything. When I say everything, I mean everything. Peplum, top stitching, all kinds of nice details. Oh, a wide-legged pant. Ooh, two-piece set represents 2 additional pieces of my gray collection. I'll link the video below where I did a fabric haul of the gray collection where I needed gray pieces to wear for first Sundays at my church. And this just fits the bill so well. Look at the line drawings, the detail, the princess seams front and back, the flare of the peplum. Oh my goodness, I was so excited to make it to the heart of it. This pattern has 27 pattern pieces. Yes, 27. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a lot of pattern pieces, but tackle it a little bit by little bit. What is it? Eat the frog one bite at a time, and that's what we had to do on this one. Here you can see I created a muslin to ensure the fit was good. I chose to do this initially in this gray suiting. I'm actually wearing it now because it is so beautiful. I look forward to making it again for the spring, so that's coming up. But I was saying that it does have 27 pieces, and when a pattern has that many pieces, I like to definitely read the instructions, look at the layout, read the instructions. And what I would do is if there are any component pieces that need to be assembled, to assemble those initially, so that way those pieces are already completed before you actually get to the step where you're attaching it to the actual garment. Component pieces in this project that I would recommend you do ahead of time, or in the front of your sewing process, is to maybe like the collar, this flap here, pieces that are independent and need construction on their own. Also, because there are a lot of panel pieces on this shirt, that do your panel pieces as well, as you're working through it, so that way it gives you like a little bit more. You start to see the pieces come together. You start to see the shirt take shape. What I like about this pattern in terms of when I would say like the details is the top stitching. There is top stitching in this pattern that just kind of levels it up and makes it look that much more better. For this pattern, for myself, I did, and I'll take pictures of it as well, is I did a black top stitching on the gray just to give it that extra pop. So with top stitching, that I will talk about. Stitching, you want to use top stitching thread, which is thicker than regular thread. I don't know if you can see this here, but you can see how it has like more strands to it. It makes it a little bit more, it's a little thicker so that it actually, can show up on your project. I will also recommend, at least for me anyway, I used a denim needle because the eye of the needle, take this out for you here. Let's see if I can show this to you. The eye of the needle is a little wider to allow for that thread to go through. Now, it was a bit tricky when I was doing it. But one thing I did that I found worked was, I don't know if anyone has ever wore braces, and that little hoop thing that you have to use when you're flossing to get the floss to go through underneath the braces. That actually worked for me to actually thread the needle with my top stitching. Take your time because you can see everything, so you want to make sure you get those that you're staying at the same width that you're going to use all the way around the garment. I believe in the pattern it just calls for 1 row of top stitching. When I was viewing the sew along, the designer, Lynn, she actually did 2 rows of top stitching, which on her projects really came out really nice. So that's definitely an option as well, to do the 1 row of top stitching or 2 rows to really make that top stitching pop for you. Just look at the level of top stitching detail on this pattern. Just absolutely. Level of sewist for this project to me would be beginner intermediate to intermediate, because of the top stitching, the buttonholes, and things of that nature. I One of the things that I like about the Nomi brand and the Nomi patterns is that they do provide a sew along, so that the designer is actually walking you through the process of sewing the garment, which was great. But you know what I say, always read the instructions through once or twice, and then having that visual of the sew along really helped. And especially it helped me because I'm a visual learner as I was going through this process. Modifications that I did with this project is I did not make the pants in the form of jeans. What I chose to do was just do a flat front, so meaning I sewed the center seam up, and I just added in no waistband. And for the back, it was still too big in the waist, so I did have to add an extra dart. But that comes with the fitting of the pants. The other modification I made was with the sleeve. I thought I had this, I was moving along at a good pace, and I was putting the sleeve on, and I realized that my biceps were a little bit too big to actually do the cuff on the sleeve. I was so upset, but that's okay. I was able to pivot. I did was I chose to keep the band. No, I had to redo the band. I let out on the arm, it has or not elastic, but gathering at the bottom. Opened up the gathering. I cut the band to give me more length, and then I reattached it to the bottom of the sleeve, as you can see here, and it doesn't turn under or have the button. I did keep the detail of the keyhole opening back here, so that I can have that as well. But that's the modification I made to account for the my big old fat biceps. I absolutely love this jacket, as you can see it on. I mean, it is just beautiful. I think the princess seams allow for you to get a good fit. It's figure flattering, gives you that nice little hourglass shape, and the peplum just comes down. It looks very nice, well crafted, well designed. To making this pattern again in a spring fabric, something a little bit brighter. I would say it does, because of the amount of pieces and the craftsmanship that is going into it. It will take a little bit of time, but it is definitely doable and well worth the effort. Video help you to decide whether or not you would make Nomi ME 2069. As always, thank you for watching. Have a great day. Please like, share, and subscribe. Happy sewing.